Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Association of Indian Management School, I extend a very hearty and warm welcome to our speaker, Dr. M. Rangarajan, sir, all the dignitaries and the attendees across Maharashtra, to today's inspiring young leaders session on knowledge creation through quiz. Let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Porinita Banerjee, working as an Incharge Director at Poona Institute of Management Sciences and Entrepreneurship in CAMP, Pune. Well, theme of today's session is knowledge creation through quiz. There are numerous methods for teaching and consolidating what has been learned in the world of education. Teaching is evolving. Today, there is great emphasis on unity and well-being and on assisting students in their learning. Adding quiz in teaching methods improves concentrations, identifies knowledge gaps, boosts confidence, and helps children retain information. Quiz in the teaching system is considered as one of the most favorite and effective resources. Quizzing as a game or hobby has been part of our Indian society's collective fabric for a long time. From the time of Bonvita quiz contest started on All India Radio in the early 1970s to Kaun Banega Karodpati. Now, generations of Indians have pursued quizzing as a hobby. In the last decade, digital quizzing has taken off primarily because our classrooms became more technology enabled, and organizations in the public and private sector have adapted to social media and technology platforms to engage with their target audiences. To have better understanding on the topic knowledge creation through quiz, we have amongst us today an eminent personality who is a legend in the field and famously known as Quiz Master. He is none other than Dr. M. Rangarajan, CEO Mindgames. I feel elated and honored to introduce Dr. M. Rangarajan. So, Professor M. Rangarajan is having 34 years of teaching and training experience with one of the leading arts and science college in India and is responsible for molding students through various career activities, forums, and associations. His exclusive forum called FACE, Forum for Active Campus Endeavors, in PSG CAST has trained a number of students who went to IIM and other reputed management institutes and presently placed at various multinationals in India and abroad. He is also a well-known quiz master with more than 1,000 quiz shows to his credit. He is the most sought-after speaker among the colleges in Coimbatore and has delivered more than 500 plus guest lectures. Sir is a corporate trainer, quiz master, and a CEO of Mindgames Quizzing and Consulting. He is also the president of Coimbatore Quiz Circle and presented a quiz in the TV channel Uttu Yogam. As a trainer, Dr. Rangarajan organized and conducted more than 500 seminars and workshops on lateral and creative thinking, emotional intelligence, positivity and affirmations, change management group dynamics, team building, to name a few. NIPM, Xavier Institute of Management and Entrepreneurship Coaching, The Week Magazine, Computer Society of India, top-notch bodies are his clients. We feel absolutely delighted and fortunate to have you, sir. I once again warmly welcome you to today's session. Dear participants, kindly pay attention. The feedback link will be shared in the Zoom and YouTube chat box just 10 minutes before the end of the session. And certificates will be only given to those who will share their feedbacks. Further, all are advised to drop their questions in the chat box. And during the Q&A round, the guest is going to answer all your queries. Thank you. I warmly welcome sir and humbly request Rangarajan sir to kindly address the online assemblage.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for the nice introduction. And good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for me this opportunity to address all of you in this August gathering. presented by PIMSE. And I've seen the list. We are having students, we are having educational personality, everybody is here. But I'll tell you, today's my presentation on knowledge creation through quiz is presented from the viewpoint of a quiz master. Okay, that is how quizzing helps creation of knowledge for an undergraduate student or postgraduate student for their career enhancement. It is not from the viewpoint of knowledge creation for an organization. That is totally a different topic. So it is entirely from that viewpoint. So knowledge creation through quiz, of course, you take Sashi Tharoor and Nandan Nilekani, and we're having lots of other personalities. They're all quizzes during their school and college days. And they have acknowledged that the quizzing attitude helped them in their career. So, of course, Sashi Tharoor says that that quizzing attitude helped him to seek knowledge. That's why he's a prolific writer now. Okay. Nandan Nilekani, of course, one of the founders of Infosys, he acknowledged that the quizzing attitude and the college days, it helped him with the curiosity to look for more and more new avenues wherever, whatever he was doing. So I start with the word curiosity. As Nandan Nilekani said, curiosity. Curiosity, it is actually one trait of all human beings. We are having it even at the stage of birth. Children are born curious because they learn to survive. Then only they can survive. Therefore, they are born curious. And they grow up just by looking at this curiosity, the parents. They learn a lot. And please make a note of it. When they attain the age of 2, when they start talking and when they start asking questions, between the ages 2 and 5, children ask a total of 40,000 explanatory questions. 40,000 explanatory questions are asked by children. They are so curious. That's why our parents are immediately taking the children to the schools. They can't answer all these questions. Okay, that's why they are taking them to the school, put them in the school. But what happened in the school? Then the school, the teacher starts talking and asks the children to shut up, don't talk. Okay, that's how it starts. Our curiosity is killed in the initial stages itself. But if you let them go, they will ask so many questions. So the children's curiosity is called diversive curiosity. Diversive curiosity is that is all the new items. Whatever they look, it's fascinating. Okay, they want to touch the fire. They want to catch that particular lizard that's crawling there. Okay, they don't have any fear at all. Okay, so that is diversive curiosity, novelty. But when we grow up, actually, we are looking for epistemic curiosity. Epistemic curiosity, when we are in, of course, teenage or something like that, everything fascinates us in a different dimension, the opposite sex, and so many other fascinating entertainment possibilities. That is the desire for knowledge that motivates individuals at that particular age to learn new ideas. That is to impress others, of course. Eliminate information gaps because they want the confidence, I know everything, and to solve intellectual problems. That is epistemic curiosity. So epistemic curiosity, after the school, it happens in the college. And for that, we read a lot. And we see, of course, all the media and all that. That curiosity, it is there with everybody. Then naturally, beyond that particular stage, most probably teenage, something like that, we feel that everything is available in Google. Everything is available in Google. Okay. And so that we need not seek anything. That particular attitude, you can see that in, of course, botany with the current youngsters. Okay. But don't think that everything, of course, I will accept it. Everything is available in Google. But listen to this particular quotation. The quotation goes something like that. Machines are for answers, but human beings are for questions. Of course, machines are having all the answers, but only questions and even new questions only human beings can ask. That is from here. Only Isaac Newton asked why apple is falling down. Before Isaac Newton, nobody asked that question, isn't it? Even before Isaac Newton, we had gravity, law of gravity. but he asked the pertinent question that why Apple is falling down. So the questioning attitude is what I am talking about while I am using the word quiz. Questioning attitude is important for career. Questioning attitude is important for everyday life to make it interesting, okay, to make it thrilling. That's what I am talking about. So I will go for some examples, okay, how this curiosity and questioning attitude helps you to learn new things and how it develops into knowledge and grow up as a wisdom. See, yesterday, of course, we celebrated the 74th Republic Day, isn't it? 74th Republic Day. The day was 26th January. In that, if you have asked a question, very common question, of course, school level question, why we celebrate the Republic Day on 26th January? The immediate answer will be because on 26th January 1950, the Indian Constitution came into force. Of course, accepted. Okay. But my question is, questioning attitude takes you to the next layer. Who decided the date of 26th January to bring in the constitution into force? Who decided that particular date, 26th January? What was the purpose they decided 26th January as the date for Republic Day of India? That is next layer. If you are going into that, of course, if you ask the right question, you will get the answer from Google. That's what I'm saying as questioning attitude. You will have to go back to 1929. 1929, Indian National Congress, of course, spearheaded by Jawaharlal Nehru, they passed a resolution that became a declaration, Purna Swaraj. Purna Swaraj was drafted in December 1929. The first signature was put up by Indira Gandhi. She was there in the house of Jawaharlal Nehru, just 13 years old. She put up the first signature for the Purna Swaraj declaration. And for the Purna Swaraj declaration, no piecemeal independence. British people, please leave India. Give us total independence. For that, they fixed a date. The date was the ultimatum given to the British people by the Indian National Congress was exactly 26th January 1930. So that was Purna Swaraj Day. For them, it is very important day. So when they came back to, naturally, if you are coming back to the history, 26th January they selected because it was Purna Swaraj Day. So Purna Swaraj Day, it gave us the 26th January. That is layers of knowledge. Only if you ask the right questions. Why? Of course, because the constitution came into force. But why 26th January? Okay. Same, of course, you ask the question, why we are celebrating 15th August as our Independence Day? Of course, we got independence on that particular day, exactly on the stroke of the midnight. If you remember the speech of the one and only our own Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay. But who decided, who suggested August 15th as the Independence Day for India? Okay. That's a question. That question, of course, we'll have to go back in history. And it is not, most probably, you can't say that it is an auspicious day. It's not a Subba Mugut or something like that. Okay. But who suggested the date in itself? Of course, these are all quiz questions. And these quiz questions and the answers fascinate students. And they go for seeking. And this particular question, who decided the date 15th August as Independence Day of India? It was Lord Mountbatten. It is not Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was not at all happy in those days because India was partitioned. So he was not in a mood to suggest a date. It was not Jawaharlal Nehru. It was not Vallabhbhai Patel. It was actually suggested by Lord Mountbatten. And for Lord Mountbatten, why August 15th is very important? Another layer of information. For that, from Indian history, you'll have to go back to world history. Okay. And of course, you know that 1939 onwards, we had the Second World War. Allied countries were there, and Germany, few countries fought with Germany also, along with Adolf Hitler. We believe that with the suicide of Adolf Hitler, the Second World War came to an end. No. Even after the suicide of Adolf Hitler, Japan, who fought along with Germany against Allied countries, they resisted. They haven't surrendered. So that's why what happened, Hiroshima and Nagasaki happened in the first 2 weeks of August 1945. After the atomic bomb incident, very tragic, I accept it. the Emperor of Japan announced that we surrender. They announced it on August 15th, 2015. Sorry, 1945. They announced, yes, we surrender. And that particular day, 1945, August 15th, was a day, very important day, victorious day for Lord Mountbatten. He was the supreme commander of the Allied Forces Army. So he rejoiced on that day, and the newspapers announced World War II comes to an end. Japan surrenders. That was the day. And when he wanted to give freedom to India, he selected August 15th because it is a victorious day for him, very memorable day for him. So behind our August 15th, we are having a story of Second World War. We are having a story of so many tragic deaths due to Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But it is a date as suggested by Lord Mountbatten. See, these are all layers of information. These layers of information are important for cognitive development. Cognitive development, knowing more, the thirst for knowledge. That's what I am telling it as quizzing attitude. Of course, how theoretical knowledge helps in practical life. Theoretical knowledge. So these are all theoretical. These are all points. These are all points of history. How it helps? I will tell you another example. Okay. Osama bin Laden was killed in May 2011. But Osama bin Laden, where he was hiding, there was very difficult proposition for America to identify. For that, they used one theory called island biogeographic theory. Island biogeographic theory. What is island biogeographic theory? The theory says the extinct birds, they don't hide themselves in isolated places. They go to places where there are hundreds of different species of birds. So they can hide themselves in the crowd. That is the island biogeographic theory. Based on biogeographic theory, they actually came to one particular, from Dora Bora, they identified that there is all possibility that he may be hiding in a very populous, very crowded city of Pakistan. That's why they rounded the Abbottabad place. For that theoretical knowledge help some theorists. They help through the biogeographic theory to identify the location of Osama bin Laden. It happened. Hey, that's how they identified the exact location. Later, they are using lots of technology and all that to identify the particular building. Hey, that's it. Theoretical knowledge helps. Theoretical knowledge helps you to gain somewhere here. That is what we call it as cognitive development. Okay. And actually, how quizzing helps students. Let's talk about business examples. See, in one quiz, at least a few years back, I asked which marketing theory is common to, number one, the Kodak digital camera, because Kodak developed world's first digital camera in 1975 itself. They put a stalling point, that is, you're not marketing it now, because if they market it now, their film business will get affected. Then Sony, they had a wonderful market with Walkman. But after some time, they launched Discman and the market done with, finished. Where is Walkman now? Then Nokia, they ruled at least 60% of the market in handset market in India. It belonged to Nokia. What happened to Nokia now? Somewhere they stagnated. And I asked the question, which marketing theory is common to Kodak digital camera, Sony Walkman, and Nokia handsets? Of course, students answered marketing myopia. Very good. Marketing myopia. But one student, he took this particular question and he took it as an example and he studied the concept of marketing myopia. At present, he is doing a research on some recent product failures with reference to marketing myopia. Okay, that's how quizzing, questioning attitude helps you to do something in your academic career also. Another example I'll tell you. Another question I asked in a quiz is about one particular product. That is, again, a failure, a product failure. Okay, product failure, I gave one situation. We are talking about chairman of a board of a very big business empire in India. After a late night board meeting, the chairman, coming out of his office and is traveling on a rainy night, and he is crossing a petrol pump, and he has seen a family of husband, wife, and two children. One boy is standing in front of the two-wheeler and is actually holding the handlebar. Husband is driving, and the wife is sitting back in the pillion seat, and she is having a small kid, a girl, on her lap. And they are in the petrol bank. They are coming out of the petrol bank because it was a rainy day. The scooter it slipped a little bit, but the husband managed. This guy, on looking at why this guy now he needs a car, why this middle class they can't go from ordinary scooter to next level car. Okay, where is the obstacle? Is it possible? It should be possible for them to afford a car at this stage for the family size. So next morning he called up a meeting and asked for, yes, give me a suggestion, give me a proposition. And he also announced one particular price. That's where the question stops. And of course, it was answered, sir, it is the nano car, and he fixed a price. The car should be produced and marketed at a price tag of rupees 1 lakh. This is the story behind nano. And when I told after that, yes, do you know that in May 2009, when Nano was launched, booking was open, 2.03 lakh fully paid bookings were there. 2.03 lakh fully paid. That is 1 lakh rupees fully paid. Bookings were 2.03, nearly 2,500 crores. That was the initial booking for Nano car. I understood. That is later, much later. At that particular time, Nano came into the market. All the bookings, so many of the bookings are withdrawn. The times have changed, and Nano became a failure, and Ratan Tata accepted it. And the student took up Nano as a case study, and he studied several factors why Nano failed. The market conditions, and even in Nano, there are certain manufacturing defects and all that. He submitted a very detailed, very fine, detailed report that got so much of appreciation. It all started with a small quiz question talking about a family that is simply traveling in a scooter. That is the starting point of Nano also. We are talking about so much of failure. Let's talk about some success also. I will talk about one success point. Now it is actually pursued by one management student in Coimbatore from a reputed B school. He is undertaking it as a case study. Okay, he is doing it. And that started from my quiz question. Of course, it is also having a popular theory behind it. In Coimbatore, at present, we are having one particular soft drink called Kalayan soda. Kalai means bull, Kalayan bull. That is something like Red Bull, but not the equivalent of Red Bull. It is a soft drink. Okay, it is a soft drink. It is not an energy drink. It's a soft drink. Kalayan soda, now it is available not in exotic bars, not in branded shops. It is available in hole-in-the-wall shops and small biryani shops that's having only 20, 25-seater shops. And we are having at least 100 or 150 biryani shops in Coimbatore now. All these shops now stock Kalayan soda. Now, all these shops. And in these shops, the consumers are asking for, after consuming biryani, they ask for Kalayan soda. Okay, how it started. Before conducting the quiz, I talked to the founder. The founder was actually an IT person from United States of America. He came to Coimbatore for his break in 2017. In 2017, there was an agitation for Jallikattu bullfight in Coimbatore. All the students, college students, they were actually thronged to a very big ground in Coimbatore, and they agitated against the government because Jallikattu should not be, bullfight should not be banned. And they were also dead against foreign products. And they have broken up all the bottles of Pepsi, Coke, and all that. This gentleman, Rangarajan, the IT person from America, on seeing that, why can't we give our own Desi product, Desi cola to them, and so that they can identify with that particular product? So he went on, did his research. So it happened in January 2017. In April 2017, he launched the product Carlion Soda. Carlion Soda was launched, and here it comes. And he never wanted to fight with all these multi-talent giants. He wanted a niche market. That's why he went to all not the first grade, the second grade, and third grade hotels. There he captured the market. And why this particular case? Now, Carlion Soda is hot selling. The company's turnover is very good. It is a profit-making proposition, and he has handed over the company to his wife. His wife, Karthikeyan, is managing the company. He is back in United States of America. It is doing very well. Everywhere in all these small biryani shops, the consumers are asking for Carlion Soda. Do you have Carlion Soda? Why I'm saying this? Why this particular guy, our student, is doing a small case study on this Carlion Soda is about one particular very popular theory, marketing theory, blue ocean strategy. Blue ocean strategy, there is red ocean. Red ocean is a blood path. Here, red ocean is all these KFC, McDonald's, and all the other leading shops selling Pepsi and Coke. A local brand cannot compete in the red ocean. There, sharks are there. Here, the sharks are, of course, Coke, Pepsi, and all that. So he went for a new niche market. That niche market is blue ocean. So this gentleman, Carlion Soda's blue ocean is, of course, the small-time biryani shops. So that's why he's doing a case study comparing blue ocean strategy and taking it as an example of Carlion Soda. Okay, he's yet to present the paper, and of course, he's working on it. Very soon, you'll be presenting the paper. So it's possible. You are looking for a spark. How we get the questions? We get the questions just by observing so many things, reading books. That's how we get the questions. And the questions, we are getting feedback. It gives some new openings to our management students, even to undergraduate students. Okay. Next, evolution of market. Evolution of market, how it helps. Okay. Yes, here how it helped a particular marketing graduate, MBA graduate. Yes, I asked a question very recently about an advertising campaign. The advertising campaign originally appeared in 1991, first version. First version, it was based on a proposition asked by Cadbury Dairy Milk. Piyush Pandey, the ad guy, when he was taking a holiday in United States of America, he received a call from Cadbury. Please come back. We want to launch a new TV commercial. We want to make it. And why such an urgency? We need, because the market is not, of course, it is stagnating. Okay. And what is the idea? Please come. We'll let you know. And when immediately rushed back to India, Cadbury team faced them and they asked him, see, sir, Cadbury Dairy Milk, of course, people are seeing it as children's products. Of course, it's meant for children. Cadbury Dairy Milk. We want to change the image of the product. It is also meant for adults. It is also meant for grown-ups. That is, we want to register that particular fact. So Piyush Pandey, of course, I'll think about it. He was talking to so many people and he got the idea when he was sitting in a restaurant. He wrote it in the book. So I got this question from his book, Piyush Pandey's book. And he went for one particular TV commercial, very innovative, very beautifully shot. That is, it's happening in a cricket ground. It's happening in a cricket ground. A batsman is playing and he is on the verge of cracking a ton, a century. Okay, just one ball away from the century. And his girlfriend is sitting there in the gallery. She is having a Cadbury Dairy Milk in her hand. And she's taking one bite and looking at her boyfriend. He actually took the ball and, of course, he takes the ball to six. That is a sixer and he could complete century. And there it happens. Having the chocolate in her hand, the girlfriend jumps into the ground and she does a beautiful dance, just like the very spontaneous dance. And the mood is created and a beautiful melodious song by Shankar Mahadevan happens. And Cadbury Dairy Milk explodes into the minds of all the adults. You can enjoy moments with Cadbury Dairy Milk. That's how Cadbury Dairy Milk, it came into the minds of adults. They can consume it without any hesitation in front of everybody. It happened in college canteens. It happened in everywhere, just like that. Why I'm taking it? Because I contrasted that particular original advertisement, 1991 Piyush Pandey original advertisement. It was recreated in 2022 IPL season. There, this is the topic this guy is working on, evolution of advertising. In this 2022 advertising, yes, of course, the same situation. It is a cricket ground, but who is batting? A girl is batting. A girl is batting, and who is sitting there? Her boyfriend is sitting there. Situation is the same. Exactly. The camera angles, everything is the same. And the girl is also on the same moment. She is going to crack a century. She cracks a century, and the boy, he jumps into the ground and he breaks into dancing. Evolution of advertising. Okay. Is that? Of course, we are to a certain extent male chauvinistic country, but we have accepted this particular beautiful advertisement. That is evolution of advertisement, 1991 to 2022. This guy is working on evolution of Indian advertising. That's his topic now. How Indian advertisement has changed in so many aspects, including this particular the aspect of man versus woman and all that. Okay. And he has taken several dimensions. That is regarding the Cadbury Dairy Milk cricket ad created by Piyush Pandey. Okay. Now, yes, sir, how we get knowledge, how we get business ideas. That is again from quizzing attitude, questioning attitude. How many of you know about George Orwell? Any idea? George Orwell, a British writer, has written one particular very popular book called Animal Farm. That is a very popular satirical novel on communism. It had a very beautiful, and all animals are equal. Some animals are more equal. There is a beautiful satire on communism. But I am talking about is another book, 1984. 1984, George Orwell wrote it in 1948. It was published in 1949. 1948, he just reversed it. 48, 84. And he imagined the world. He imagined the world in 1984, George Orwell, and presented a very mind-boggling science fiction. Mind-boggling science fiction titled 1984. What happened? What will happen in 1984? That's what he imagined. The entire world will be called a single country, 3 parts, Oceania, but the entire world will be ruled by a computer, only one computer. The computer will be actually managing everybody. Every individual in the world will be managed by the computer. And the computer, through the telescreens, it will be watching you. It will be watching you very carefully every moment, even in the bathroom, the sounds will be recorded. Even what you eat, everything is programmed. The working hours programmed, and your leisure hours programmed. Everything is programmed. So that particular overall very big computer managing the world was called Big Brother. So when you are traveling to your factory, there is a very big board having a face, and the face is actually looking at you. Big Brother is watching you. Okay. So you are totally under the control of the Big Brother. Okay. So Big Brother is watching you. That particular phrase, Big Brother, became a catchphrase. It is a political catchphrase. Big Brother is watching you. Now it is more or less a reality. More or less reality. Google is watching you. Facebook is watching you. Google can give you an extraordinary sketch of your personality. More than 90% of your personality can be captured by Facebook and Google. Big Brother is watching you in a different sense. But about our questioning attitude, quizzing attitude, again, the point is Big Brother is watching you. One particular guy, he got the idea, why not a reality show based on 1984's Big Brother is watching you. We will take a very big house, not a world, a house. In that house, we'll put some 20 to 25 people, and the Big Brother will be watching him. And he named it as Big Brother. Big Brother became a huge success, and Big Brother is having several franchises. And in India, Banerjee, the France-based company, is presenting it. You know what's happening in Hindi Big Boss, what's happening in Tamil Big Boss, And of course, it's a money spinning industry, this big boss. So an idea, it's germinated from a novel. Novel is a science fiction novel written by George Orwell. So it's possible if you're having the quizzing attitude, questioning why not a Big Brother as a reality show? Of course, it has not been realized. More or less, Big Brother is not, the world is not ruled by a computer. Still, world is ruled by people. But computers are playing a very important role. And Google is there as more or less as a Big Brother. Okay. But in reality, that guy's idea, why we can't make a reality show from this idea of Big Brother is watching you. That's what I am saying. Theoretical knowledge or knowledge can help you to be productive, more creative. Yes, that's it is Banerjee and the original Big Brother company and all that from an ordinary, very science fiction, old novel. It was originally published in 1949. Now, still that particular idea is going strong as Big Brother and Big Boss. Think about it. Okay. Yes. Now, yes, what is the process of knowing? What is the process of going behind a particular line, idea line? What is the inspiration we let see from this questioning attitude? Okay. Yes, you take one particular gentleman, Phil Knight. Phil Knight, of course, the founder of Nike, co-founder of Nike. Phil actually, he completed his studies and all that. And he was a sportsman, an athlete. He was hell-bent on selling sports shoes in United States, America. In those days, of course, branded sports shoes were there, but not so popular as now. And he was very particular about one branded sports shoe from Japan. It was produced by Onitsuka. Onitsuka produced Tiger shoes. He wanted to sell Tiger shoes. He wanted to take dealership or Tiger shoes from Japan. So after completing his studies, he got some money from his father. He traveled to Japan and he booked an appointment. By writing a letter, he got an appointment with Onitsuka. You know that Japanese people are very, very punctual and they are to the point. They'll talk to the business proposition and all the people and all. Yes. Then he visited the office and he actually told, yes, I want to take the dealership. I want to sell your Tiger shoes in the United States of America, my home country. And they asked, yes, what are you doing? I just completed my studies. I'm an athlete. And I got so many, of course, medals and all that, etc. And after a few questions, they want to ask us, yes, what is the name of your company? He never had a company. What is the name of your company? He never had a company at all. He had only a proposition. What is the name of the company? Immediately, he had to cook up something. So what he did, he thought about his room. His room was full of so many medals, silver medals, gold medals, and all those medals. And of course, schools and colleges, they gave medals with ribbons, colored ribbons. In the United States of America, all the gold medals were given with blue ribbons. So remembering all the blue ribbons in his room, immediately told, sir, Blue Ribbon Sports Company. That's the name of my company, Blue Ribbon Sports Company. And after this proposition, of course, they were impressed with this curiosity, impressed with this passion for selling Tiger shoes in America. They gave him the dealership. So he came back and he opened Blue Ribbon Sports Company. He started selling it at track events from the deck of his car. From his car, he sold it. And he is not satisfied with that. Later, he went on for manufacturing his own shoes and he looked for a proper name. And he selected a very, very beautiful, inspiring name called Nike. That's a starting point. Information, Nike. How he selected Nike? He looked for sports, Blue Ribbon Sports Company, because he won so many sports events. He was victorious. Okay. So that he got Blue Ribbon Sports Company. Blue Ribbon Sports Company is called Nike because he wanted to, of course, he wanted a metaphor for victory. So he went for Greek mythology, knowledge again, Greek mythology. So there he went for the Greek goddess of victory. Greek goddess of victory is Nike. So he picked the name Nike. Beautiful name, Nike. That's how he started. But again, the story goes on. Nike wanted a logo. Phil Knight approached a student, just like you, most of the students here, and wanted a particular design for the logo of Nike. Carolyn Davidson, she presented one logo, what we call it as a tick symbol, but it is not tick symbol. And she was very creative. Carolyn Davidson, what she got was just $35, as the legend goes, but she presented, it looks like a tick symbol, but she called it a swoosh. Swoosh is actually one of the wings of the goddess of Nike. That's it. Again, knowledge, the creativity of Carolyn Davidson. She has taken Nike, and Nike goddess, one of the wings. Yes, victory, wings of Nike. Yes, beautiful. How beautifully it matches. Okay, a quiz question can give you inspiration to design your own logo, your own, of course, the name, everything. Nike, swoosh, and it didn't stop there. He wanted a tagline. And he approached one particular advertising agency, Kennedy and Whedon. Kennedy and Whedon's one partner, Dan Whedon, he gave the ever popular, still popular, the most popular tagline in the world, Just Do It. Just Do It came in, I think, 1988. Dan Whedon, how he got it? See his inspiration. His inspiration was from a criminal of two murders, Gary Gilmore. Gary Gilmore, after two murders, after a prolonged inquiries and all that, he was given death sentence. He was to be put into death by electrical chair. And the officials asked him, what are your last words? He said, let's do it. See, from let's do it, Dan Whedon coined just do it. So this is the story of Nike. And of course, I want to close it here before the question and answers session here. But remember, Nike, the goddess of victory. Yes, what's her original position? What's her original position? I am coming here. Nike, the goddess of victory, is actually in the hands of Athena. Who is Athena? She is mightier god of Greek god of wisdom. Okay, see the story. Nike, the goddess of victory, in the hands of Athena, the goddess of Greek goddess of wisdom. Yes, questioning attitude can take you to wisdom, and wisdom can bring you victory. That's it. Questioning attitude. That's why always remember the best Google is always here. It is the best Google. All other things are machines. Machines are for answers. Only human beings can generate new questions. Then only we can explore new things, new ideas, new products. Everything is mainly because of creativity. So creativity is only capable of human beings. Only human beings can be creative. Okay, this attitude can be inspired by quizzing, questioning attitude. Creativity is based on questioning attitude. Only based on questions, creativity is there. Always remember the Stanford speech of Steve Jobs. The commemoration speech, he gave it in, I think, 2005. 2005, he gave it. In the speech, he talked about his days of studies and all that. He never completed college. Okay. And he had a small regret regarding that. And he explored all his experiences regarding studies and the schooling, college days, etc. And he finished with a beautiful quote. And I also want to complete my speech with that quote. He said, all of you, when you are pursuing your career, of course, whatever may be your career, and regarding your passion for doing something, stay hungry, stay foolish. Stay hungry, stay foolish. It is not about stomach. It's about here. Hey, it's about here. Stay hungry. Always the passion for learning more. Always the passion for knowing more. Okay, that's it. That is however you are going to learn. Of course, that doesn't matter. But learn. Always have the passion for knowing more. That is what the creativity comes from. So stay hungry, stay foolish, and keep questioning. Okay, as Karl Marx said, question everything. Don't accept anything as it is. Okay, never accept. Never accept. Question everything. Whatever you look at, question it. That's why you are here. Okay, the future belongs to you, the current generation. We are looking up to you. You will be, of course, more creative than all of us. That's why stay hungry, stay foolish, question everything. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, I have a question. Can you shed some
Yes,
light
ma'am.
on role of peers in identification of knowledge gap?
Role of
Peers,
quiz. Role of quiz. Yes, role of quiz. For whom, ma'am? For us, the teaching fraternity, or for the students?
both ways.
Both way. Yes, ma'am. In teaching, if you adapt quizzing as a methodology, it opens so many doors for you here. Okay, when you read a lot and when you are having this attitude of where is a quiz question, where is a quiz question, this particular attitude of looking for a quiz question everywhere. When you open a newspaper, you look at a quiz question. This can be converted into a quiz question so that you do a research. Okay, that particular attitude can give us a lot to our teachers. So that quizzing attitude to us, it will give you so many things. So everywhere we'll have to look at what is that? Okay, why it is called so? Okay, that particular thing. So you see, ma'am, I'm traveling in Coimbatore Road and I look at a hoarding. Okay, the hoarding says CRI pumps. Okay, CRI pumps. I just cross it away. Okay, but I should have the curiosity to say because CRI pumps is known all over the world. All over the world, they are exporting CRI pumps. And I have a lot of the question why it is called CRI pumps. What is the expansion of CRI pumps? These types of questioning attitude, even teachers can cultivate. Well, or from a book, from a text, and all that. We'll have to look for examples everywhere. All these fascinating examples add interesting anecdotes to our students. CRI pumps, I'll tell you, it's very easy. I can crack it. CRI pumps, C stands for Coimbatore. I stands for industry. Okay, 60% I cracked. Only one thing in between the letters, I will have to go into the website of CRI pumps and identify. It is CRI pumps, Coimbatore Rajendra Industries. And I got a story that Rajendra Industries, the term Rajendra is actually a tribute to Rajendra Chola. See the story? Coimbatore Rajendra Industries. But Rajendra, the name was a tribute to the great Rajaraja Cholan's son, Rajendra Chola. These aspects, when you give it to the students, even based on city or something like that, it adds, and it is also a revolution to us. Okay, that is it. And of course, ma'am, the books. So many extraordinary books are available. Of course, I'll cite Stay Angry, Stay Foolish. Now it is a collection of entrepreneur stories by Rashmi Bansal. Rashmi Bansal, she has written collection of all the IMA graduates, their experiences. I've taken at least 15 quiz questions from that particular one book, 15 or even 20. Even the syntax, the water tank founder and all that. So it's possible. Okay, just open your eyes and read a lot, be curious. You get so much of information, you can share it with our students. That's what teaching fraternity. And for college students, this curiosity will help you to be confident. Knowledge gives you confidence. Knowledge is power. Okay, when you know more than your pros, more than your friends, of course, you feel power. Okay, yes, then you can win quiz contests. Okay, quiz contest recently concluded Tata Crucible corporate student edition. The lost prize, the one prize, single prize, it costs around 2,50,000 rupees. So quizzing gets you money. Yes, for students, even for college lecturers, even for students, you can compete. And if you, as you mentioned, Kron Maneka Crorepati, go there, answer 15 questions, gets 7 crores. Okay. Yes, you can make money, but more than that, enormous confidence in whatever the field you are in. Okay. History. Yes, I remember, ma'am, one particular book called The Rise and Fall of Third Reich. Rise and Fall of Third Reich, written by William Shirer. It talks about the rise and fall of Hitler, Adolf Hitler. Third Reich is about Adolf Hitler, Germany. Germany's regime is called, Hitler's regime is called Third Reich. Third Reich, it talks about the entire book. It's a dome, very big book. It talks about the entire rise and fall of Hitler. But when you open the book, the first page, and there is one particular quotation. That's the starting point of the book. It says, those who forget the history are condemned to repeat it. Those who forget the history are condemned to repeat it. We'll have to know our past. We'll have to learn from our past. We'll have to question the past. We'll have to learn. We'll have to take things from the past. If you forget the history, India is having so much of history. That's what I talked about. That is 26th January, 15th August, and all that. It's having a story. It's having a history. Okay, that history is very important. History gives us lessons. Those who forget the history are condemned to repeat it. So learn from the past. Be aware of the present. Be prepared for the future. Okay, that is the right way to be prepared for the future. In business, it helps. That is knowing the past products, the present successes, and what we are going to do in future. Anybody else? Question me, gentlemen.
Yes, another question is there in the chat box, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Please read it.
Can an elective or a subject in an MBA program be imparted exclusively through quizzing methodology?
Yes, it's possible. It's possible. It can be. Well, yes, you're having diverse subjects in your syllabus, and I am talking about the entire business current affairs can be offered. For the current affairs, business current affairs, we can prepare a syllabus. Business current affairs in all the fields, not only marketing, production, finance, for everything, all the fields, we can create a syllabus for business current affairs. And business current affairs can be presented, can be taught, can be evaluated through quizzing methodology. It's possible. We are trying it in some of the management institutes in Coimbatore, where we are given the liberty to do that. We do that. We do quiz workshops. We start with initial quiz workshop. Then we conduct a small quiz contest. Then we give them, of course, based on the syllabus, small projects to the students. And later again, based on the projects, we'll be conducting quizzes. It's possible. We are doing it, experimenting with it. Of course, we are doing it here.
Well, thank you, sir. I express my profound
thank you very much
to you for illuminating us with your enormous wealth of knowledge and wisdom. Thank you so much, sir. I also extend my sincere thanks to Dr. R. Nand Gopal, sir, President AIMS, Dr. Parag Kalkar, Treasurer AIMS, AIMS Secretariat, and last but not the least, all the participants for being patient and attentive throughout the session. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Nandagopal, sir. Thank you, Sunil Joshi, for making arrangements. Ma'am, thank you very much.